Benzo withdrawal. It can be brutal and an effect that can last years after coming off them. What is it? Let's go. K-Rugs, the Soberdog, coming at you. If you want to get Soberdog stuff, got a link down below. Shirts, hoodies, pants, masks, you name it. We got a ton of stuff. Before I get into it, remember Soberdogs does not promote or condone any drug use. Please seek professional medical help if you have an addiction. Benzo detox, benzo withdrawal. Put up some videos in the past about benzos. A huge issue, in my opinion. In 2012, alprazolam, or Xanax, the name we know, was the 13th most prescribed medicine in the US. That's just one benzo. It doesn't include Klonopin, Ativan, Valium, all the rest. But the withdrawal is something not talked about and sucks. Is brutal. Benzodiazepines is a class of medications. The most famous ones we know of, Xanax, Valium, Klonopin, Ativan. These are the ones, we hear about. The official names, alprazolam, Xanax, clonazepam, Klonopin, temazepam, Restoril, Ativan is lorazepam, and Valium is diazepam. So those all fit in the benzo category. What's the difference between those? Basically, how quick they hit and how long they last. Some of them are supposed to be shorter acting, like Xanax, and some longer, like Valium. According to the CDC, people who take it in higher doses and or for longer than 3 months, prolonged period of time, are really at risk for physical abuse, mental dependency, physical dependency, and serious withdrawal symptoms. That does not mean people who took it for less than 3 months or, lower doses still won't experience it. It's just that's what they classify it as. And most people who do take it are taking it for longer than 3 months. Maybe not daily. A lot of times it's prescribed as needed. So people may get 15 pills a month as needed for panic or anxiety. Other people, 2 a day, 3 a day, whatever. They take it daily. So benzos are, a habit-forming medication, typically giving for anxiety, panic. I know somebody who gets 4 Xanax a month, and they are for when this person flies. When they fly, they lose their mind, they take a Xanax, and they chill. I also know people who are getting 60 a month and take 2 a day, every day, no matter what. It's different for everybody. Benzo withdrawal, how bad it is and what person experiences is going to depend on, length of time taking it, the dosage amount, type of drug, type of medication, the method used to take it, underlying medical and or mental health issues, and abuse of other substances involved, and then, general body chemistry and genetics can play into it as well. So what are the symptoms of benzo withdrawal? This is going to depend on what the medication the person was taking was. Xanax, shorter acting, it's going to kick in quicker. Valium might be a day or two. Either way, can be muscle cramps, suicidal thoughts, blurred vision, decreased appetite, heightened sensory perceptions, trouble concentrated, cloudy thinking, anxiety, panic, trouble sleeping, nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, and a big one, seizures. This is what makes benzo withdrawal potentially deadly. It definitely can cause seizures. Not always, not incredibly common, but is a fair possibility. That's why they encourage people not to just cold turkey it. Do it in a clinical setting with your doctor, do it professionally. One of the big things that sucks with benzo withdrawal, they say it only affects about 10% of people. I personally think it affects a little bit more. Protracted withdrawal. This is basically, and another study I looked at said 15%. So this is basically where months, even years after stopping taking the medication, their either withdrawal symptoms can start up months after the acute withdrawal went away, or they just stay the whole time. And this can be anything from extreme anxiety, extreme panic, insomnia, blurred vision, short-term memory loss, mood swings, all of those. Protracted withdrawal sucks. I personally never went through it. Talked to people who have, and it is brutal. One of the reasons they believe why this happens, and I think this is an incredible point, and you might be able to relate to this, is Imagine you have anxiety and panic, and I believe we all have anxiety and panic to different levels. But one of the things we're supposed to do is like face it and learn how to deal with it naturally, whether it's social panic or whatever, test anxiety, work anxiety. By taking a benzo decreases that, which is good for somebody with panic, except the brain then learns, oh, this pill helps with that, and doesn't cope on its own and learn how to do that. Benzos deregulate dopamine, which means it helps increase a little bit more of the dopamine. People are happier. So when you come off it, it's a lot of times like super anxiety for everything, because this crutch, this thing that has helped for the last year, 8 months, 2 years, anytime anxiety came, boom, it helps. Now I don't have that. So now something that would have been a 3 on the anxiety scale before is a 7, because my brain's not even making the natural things it should help to cope with it. This is where protracted withdrawal can be a bitch. When I went through benzo withdrawal, the one time straight up just benzos, it was brutal. It was basically a mini opioid withdrawal. I'd say a little bit less physical, more like it's centered in the brain, at least for me. I could feel it in the brain. I didn't get the zaps bad, and if you don't know what those are, I'll put a card up, but just this extreme fog, and then this general sense of panic for things that even prior to trying them didn't really cause much panic, or if they did, they caused a little bit of like healthy anxiety, like I got a test, you know, that's normal, healthy anxiety. I got to go to a wedding, social situations. Okay, there's social anxiety, boom. Then taking benzos for a period of time, all those things get a little bit easier because the benzo's helping. And then now not taking it, that test anxiety went through the roof. It would, even studying, preparing, whatever. The physical stuff that hit me was just no energy, extreme panic. I was sweating a lot. I don't know why, just an incredible amount of sweating. I had a little bit of just off body, like basically felt like I had a cold a little bit. Just a little bit of runny nose in the bathroom here and there. All the other times I went through benzo withdrawal, it sucked, but it was mixed with heroin and coke withdrawal and alcohol withdrawal and weed and ecstasy and you name it. I can't directly pinpoint during those periods like this was just because of benzos, because I don't know. You know, there was periods where I took benzos, if not daily, at least 5 times a week, a lot, because we would take them before using heroin because it boosts the high, quote, and also using heroin daily and using cocaine daily. So then something would happen, arrested, blah, 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 rehab. And it's like, all right, now I'm detoxing, but I'm detoxing from all of those. So the symptoms are like intermingling and it's just a blur of misery on the bathroom floor, throwing up, not knowing exactly what drug caused what, you know, and then also even going through withdrawal, taking something like Suboxone, which helps with opioid withdrawal. So I'm assuming the Suboxone is going to do like it did in past times and get rid of most of the withdrawal. I don't think it gets rid of 100%, in my opinion. It never did for me. Without taking anything, withdrawals at a 10. Taking Suboxone, whether professionally or even on the street during withdrawal, would bring it down to like a 2. So there's still stuff there, but it's manageable. But then I would take the Suboxone during withdrawal and still have crazy symptoms. That's how I knew, okay, the Suboxone helped with the opioid withdrawal, but the crazy symptoms I'm feeling are from the benzo withdrawal, cocaine withdrawal, alcohol, all the other things that the Suboxone didn't necessarily help with. Benzos are a huge thing. They are everywhere. A lot of people take them, and I would highly encourage anybody who's either considering coming off them or is addicted or needs to come off them, please talk with a professional. It can be deadly to just cold turkey drop benzos. And also, you know, if you've done it, you felt this. The level of insane thinking that will come from cold turkey is nuts. You need to either do a slow wean down or like work with a therapist or a counselor during that period, because you need somebody to talk to about that anxiety or it will just overtake. That's benzo withdrawal. K Ruggs, a Soberdog, and I'm out. See ya.